All right. So the verdict of Breonna Taylor just came about. The Breonna Taylor case, the Breonna Taylor shooting, just had come about, and you know the officers that were involved of it. One of them, basically got. I mean, pretty much all of the officers were not charged of any wrongdoing in that matter. Um, and one of the officers, they did get charged for this wanton, um, literally, literally for shooting inside of an apartment window where somebody could get harmed and whatnot. So they got charged for multiple counts of that. But as far as the shooting death of Breonna Taylor, no, that is not. What's up, America? It's your boy, Chuck Johnson, a.k.a. Kid Thunder. I haven't done a single political rant video in quite some time. I mean, I've been extremely busy, so with a lot of things in my life right now. Um, but yeah, the verdict is the verdict is in. The officers were, you know, were cleared of any wrongdoing in that behalf. You know, I'm gonna say it like this: this Breonna Taylor situation, this Breonna Taylor fiasco, um, this is a really touchy subject right here because, um, lots of people are saying that they are, that this was not an act of justice. This is still injustice right here. But I'm gonna set the record straight right here, right now, because coming from my personal opinion, you know, I'm gonna just say it like this: the Breonna Taylor case, in my humble opinion, was literally about that she was literally at the wrong place at the wrong time. Number one. Number two, another another issue at hand about Breonna Taylor was literally that her her thug boyfriend uh, literally was the one that called herself shooting at the cops, and literally used her as a damn shield, so he won't get hurt. So, in other words, all in all, I'm going to have to go on record and say this: what really brought Breonna Taylor to her demise was literally her boyfriend. I mean, and you know what? I got a whole nother rant talking about like women who have horrible taste in men. You know, literally you know, Breonna Taylor's taste in men was horrible, and I mean horrible. Okay, this the cops literally have no wrongdoing over that. And the cops literally did nothing wrong. I mean, it's a freak accident. Don't get me wrong. It is a freak accident. But really, the boyfriend that Taylor was obviously dating is literally at fault. So here's the killer. Why not why not throw the boyfriend in the joint? Because it it was he that used Taylor as a shield, so he won't get hurt by the cops, especially when he was the one who shot at the cops first before the cops returned fire. I mean, unfortunately, Breonna Taylor lost her life. But the cops had no. The cops was obviously did nothing wrong. When in reality, um, it was literally the boyfriend who did it. You know, this is not only. I'm gonna tell you this right here. This is not only. This is also a perfect example that women, that there's women out there that needs better taste than men too. Okay, because some of these women out here, you they are obviously dating the wrong type of men, and these same men that they're dating, they're either they're either judged by 12 or carried out by 6. And on top of that, I mean, and the real reason that being is because of the poor lifestyle choices they made. And not only that, some of these some of these men some of these men that some of these women are dating are pretty much leaving them, leaving them to the dust, leaving kicking are kicking them to the curb. I mean, so all in all, this was this was obviously at the hands, literally at in my humble opinion, this whole Breonna Taylor fiasco. Not only did she brought it on herself because she was literally at the wrong place at the wrong time, but it was also but literally the boyfriend should be charged because he used her as a shield so he would not get so because he obviously shot at the police first. And now now there was a no warning knock, but before all of this, came out to play. But let me just say this. And then now that the verdict is out, obviously you're gonna start, people out there is gonna obviously end up, rioting and protesting. I mean, that that's not going to solve anything, you know. And to tell the truth, we don't need to protest over nothing like that because this is a touchy situation now. And the same people out there who are I'm gonna tell you this right here. The same people who out there who are supposedly going to protest over this, you know, for the blacks that are protesting over this stuff, I'm gonna tell you this. While y'all wanna talk about say her name this and say her name that, uh, y'all can't even say the names of all of these victims who get killed by the gang members in your own neighborhoods and communities. So, if I were you, spare me with the bleeding heart BS for once. And to you white liberals out there, you motherfuckers need to stop pandering over the black community trying to make them feel like they are victim. Because at the end of the day, neither one of you clowns were obviously would come to the hood and see how the hood is on an everyday basis. Take it from somebody who resided on the far south side of Chicago. I'm Chuck Johnson, a.k.a. Kid Thunder. Fuck you and good night.